sunshine. Heidi.
Thank you very much, Tina. I Am Breathing is a heart-wrenching documentary that chronicles the life of 34-year-old Neil Platt, who goes from being a healthy young father to paralyzed from the neck down. The cause, ALS, a disease that progresses quickly and relentlessly, shutting down parts of the body while the mind remains active. The documentary is being screened tonight in Halifax as part of worldwide screenings happening today in conjunction with Global Awareness Day for ALS. And introducing the film tonight will be Colleen H Cole. She is here along with Kimberly Carter of the ALS Society of Nova Scotia. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you both for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Colleen, tell me a little bit about the film and what it's like.
Wow. The film is a documentary that chronicles the last few months of this man's young life. He's 34 years old, has a young family, a small baby, and how he coped with the fate that was ahead of him and their day-to-day living.
And it follows him through everything. It's pretty blunt, really, nothing's held back. And it progresses very quickly for him, too, the disease itself. Yeah. You're introducing the film tonight. Why is this important for you, for people to see this?
Well, my husband Bill passed away 4 years ago from ALS, and his instance progressed very quickly as well. So he was 17 months. When I saw the picture of Neil with the BiPAP machine, the breathing apparatus, all I could see was Bill's face. And with that, I Am Breathing is very important. Yeah, and that's really what got me motivated to, like, you know what, people need to know this. They need to know the struggles. They need to know the financial cost, the emotional cost of what Neil and his family went through, and thousands of others.
And families here,
yes.
Your own family. How old was Bill when he was diagnosed?
He was 52 when he was diagnosed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned the I Am Breathing part being very important to you. What is it about that really strikes a nerve for you? Was that one of the first things that Bill lost, or?
Actually, yes, it was. He was still walking with a walker, but having a BiPAP machine to breathe. So he was technically on life support for 17 months. Oh. And with that comes power. You need power, battery backups. So there is a lot of equipment and responsibility to keep everything operating, to keep him alive.
Now, Kimberly, it is World Awareness Day for ALS. What do you want people to know about ALS?
What I want people to know about with ALS is the courage and grace with which most people go through the disease and their determination not to let ALS define them. And I think this is also the story of Neil. Yes, he had ALS. Yes, it was fatal. But I think he lived every day to the fullest, and that's what we encourage people to do. And we also want to let people know the impact that ALS has on a family.
For Bill, how did he handle receiving this kind of diagnosis and going through this?
Yeah, he was very strong. He had a very positive outlook. He was a fighter, always has been. So he wasn't about to give up, and he didn't. He wanted to live every single day. And I went through a lot of our pictures last night that I haven't been able to look at in 4 years. But you know what? When I looked at them, I didn't see a disease, and I didn't see machines and equipment. I saw smiles and love and our grandkids all wrapped around him. So even though he couldn't put his arms around them, they would crawl up on him, and that was his sunshine. So it's important to have support from your family, your friends, your neighbors. You can feel very isolated. When you are very immobile, you can't get around. It's very difficult. So just to be normal, you're still interested in watching the hockey game. Your mind functions, and Bill wanted to still run our business. We logged in every day. He answered his emails, talked on the phone, or I was the translator for most of it. But he was still very active in life right up until the day he passed away.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because in the movie, Neil Platt, he has a blog, and he blogged every day, mostly every day, up until the end, and really it shows that the mind is still working. So the screening is tonight at 7:45 p.m. at the Museum of Natural History on Summer Street in Halifax as part of Carbon Arc Cinema. So Colleen and Kimberly, you will both be there to answer questions afterwards as well.
Yes.
So anyone who needs to learn more about ALS, wants to learn more, and see this incredible film that's screening around the world, go. Admission's only $7. It's for a good cause. ALSNS.ca is the place to go for information about ALS in Nova Scotia. Scotia as well. Thank you both very much for coming in.
my
I appreciate
pleasure.
it very
Thank you
much. It is a wonderful film. And you can go to iambreathingfilm.com as well.